Let's get into it. Sold Not For Sale podcast. I'm sorry for the hiatus. This hotel room, no structure recently. I can't stream at all because the internet here is terrible. It's been really, really bad. So I do apologize for that, guys. But you can see what's on the screen right now. And if you haven't heard, James Comey, the disgraced former FBI director, has decided that it would be a good idea, while President Trump has been running around the Middle East, while the Secret Service and Homeland Security are probably so tense and so on guard right now, he thought it would be a good idea to post this. 8647. If you don't know what that means, folks, it's been all over the place. It means 86 means to get rid of, if you know what I mean. Sleep with the fishes, if you know what I mean. If I was Howard Lutwick, Trump's chief of kneecaps, I would say, you gotta 86 him, boss. I gotta 86 him. I throw him in the river real quick. Don't even worry about it. He'll be gone. He'll be in the river. You know, somebody will find him when he's fishing. Usually an Asian dude or some stuff like that. He'll find him when he's fishing. It'll be okay. Won't find him for weeks, though. Put cement on him. It'll be fine. They still float because the body fills up. They still float, but it takes a while. Don't even worry about it. Somebody will find a hand. It's okay. That's what 86 means. That's my long way of explaining it. It means to kill. It means to kill someone. That's what that means. 86 it. You know, in the restaurant business, when they say 86 it, they mean that it's gone. They mean take it off the menu immediately. 86 that thing. We don't have it anymore. 86 it. In the FBI, or former FBI, you can only imagine what this means. It means to kill. And I only explain it that much in depth because so many people are going to be like, no, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It does, especially when it comes from a former FBI director. That's exactly what it means. Here was the post. He wrote, cool shell formation on my walk to the beach, actually expecting us to believe that he just found that there. That's really what he wants us to believe. I'm going to go through a bunch of people's reactions and also a little bit of Fox News, them talking about it and talking about a couple of organizations that are taking this very seriously. Everybody taking this very seriously. You can't have someone who hates Donald Trump, hates President Trump, post something like this, especially somebody who was connected as he was and probably still has some connections, to post something like this and think it's just gonna, it's just a regular orange man bad post. No, sir. You're in trouble.
Hello,
Laura. Does James Comey's explanation of this pass any straight face test? A shell formation, which is a threat to Donald Trump's life, is just something he came across on the beach.
Yeah, of course he did. He also came across the abominable snowman and Sasquatch while he was walking along on the beach. Listen, this guy, James Comey's been a problem since day one. He likes to talk about how Trump is unethical, immoral, a threat to the United States. Yeah, how about the former director of the FBI has got nothing better to do than put shells in a formation that says 8647, and then he claims, well, I just happened to find this, and you want to talk about this guy's mental cognition? Let's compare him to Joe Biden. Are you kidding me? This is just more of the same from, 120 or so days ago. This guy's trying to stay relevant. He's a complete zero, and this latest episode just shows what a complete clown show he is and the FBI is. And now the Secret Service is going to say, well, we're going to investigate. Are you kidding me? The Secret Service is no better now than it was when it had those last two directors. These guys can't get out of their own way. The FBI is a complete disgrace still. Kash Patel Danny Bongino, Sean Curran over at the service need to clean house and get it done now. And I hope Pam Bondi and her people go after this guy with everything that he's worth. You're the former director of the FBI, the president of the United States, who, by the way, was rightly elected, is out of the country in the Middle East, no less, talking to one of our greatest threats, the Iranians, the Qataris, and you go and you pull a stunt like this? How juvenile. This is high school. But you know what? This guy needs to be prosecuted. This has got to stop.
Yeah, well, and this is after we still don't know anything about.
I agree. I just finished recording the video and doing an edit really quick. And before I could even put it up on YouTube, I find this. So I'm just going to splice this in somewhere. But even Tulsi is calling for his arrest. This is very serious. I can't wait. Trump doesn't have time right now, but I can't wait to hear what Trump has to say.
Do you believe Comey should be in jail?
I do. Any other person with the position of influence that he has, people who take very seriously what a guy of his stature, his experience, and what the propaganda media has built him up to be, I'm very concerned for the president's life. We've already seen assassination attempts. I'm very concerned for his life. And James Comey, in my view, should be held accountable and put behind bars for this.
Do you believe Comey should be in jail?
I do.
Wow. Let me, you know what? Since it's just developing so quickly, this story, let me just see if Trump said anything about this yet, because there's a lot of people. Let me see. Did Trump say anything yet? Okay, so he hasn't said anything. There's literally gonna be a Truth Social post where he's just gonna be like, "Put James Comey in jail. He should have been in jail a long time ago. I try to be nice. I'm off bringing world peace, and Comey doesn't even have a nice sounding name. Comey decides to say that I should be assassinated. 8647. That's what this guy's doing. I take away his security clearance. I let him retire early. And he's walking on the beach, playing with seashells, making the numbers 8647. Let's 86 Comey." That's what he's going to say. 100%. You're going to see it. Big letters like you see in the screen right now. You're going to see it. I might as well just throw in what Vivek said as well. Vivek just commented on this whole thing. Haven't heard from Vivek much. I don't know if he's going to win that governor spot that he's going for. Honestly, I don't know if he's going to get that. But this is what he said. He said, "Consider if Trump's FBI director had posted the same thing about a leading Democrat, and ask yourself what the mainstream media would be saying about it. Yes, he deleted the post, but the double standard is the most glaring aspect." So true. So true. And we'll see what happens. We have Kristi Noem. We have Kash Patel. We have Tulsi Gabbard, all in very high positions, all have the ability to prosecute him for what he's done. Let's see if it actually happens. Because I got to be honest, with Doge happening, with all the money being found, now with this, I don't wish jail on anybody. But in the same breath, I've been waiting for someone to go to jail. And I know you have too. I know you have. We've been waiting for someone to get put in cuffs. The judge was okay. I'll do an episode on that later. The judge was okay. But this guy too. He goes. That's what I think. That's what I think. Trump's locking in a Nobel Peace Prize. And this guy's talking about assassination. Oh, how the moral high ground has fallen for all of these people who are so against Trump. It's funny to see. All right, now I'm out. I agree, honestly. I mean, again, it's you know, I've talked about it with Alcatraz. We talked about it with, you know, possibly citizens going to Alcatraz, you know, or sorry, not Alcatraz, El Salvador. Deterrence. You need big deterrence. You can't have a guy like this doing this. Not to mention, thinking about this, you think just because Kash Patel got in, that everybody in the FBI is celebrating Kash Patel, celebrating Dan Bongino. There's probably a lot of them that are still loyal to that guy. And if not to him, to Christopher Wray. Like, this is a really, really crazy thing to do. And again, exactly like this guy said, and I'm echoing it again. He's in the Middle East, man. He's traveling. He's going to all these places. Tensions are so high. It was just the wrong time to do it. And who knows? Honestly, a lot of people will look at this and go, oh, this is nothing. It's not nothing. It's not. This could easily be him putting out a message to whoever that it's time to handle Trump. Easily. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of tinfoil time. A lot of tinfoil. Put it on. Put on two. Tom Hanks puts out a tweet and it says roadkill and it says Route 66. And it wasn't a tweet, it was an Instagram post. And then later on, somebody who was talking about him ended up being roadkill. If you know, you know. I'm not going to get into it, but it's just one of those things, and that's Tom Hanks, So that's why I said put the tinfoil on, because that's Tom Hanks. That's Forrest Gump. This is a former FBI director. Has to be taken seriously. This is what Charlie Kirk had to say. James Comey held himself up as a bastion of fairness. And now he makes cringe posts like a childless 50-year-old liberal woman on Facebook. The entire country should be grateful Trump put this weirdo out to pasture. Yeah, a lot of people are reacting like this, man. While President Trump is currently on an international trip to the Middle East, the former FBI director puts out what clearly is interpreted as a hit on the sitting president of the United States, a message etched in the sand. This is deeply concerning to all of us and is being taken seriously. And that's actually the White House Deputy Chief of Staff and Cabinet Secretary. Like, they're taking it real serious. I mean, to this point, serious. Kristi Noem even jumps in there. Leading report shows us, this is what she actually said. Disgraced former FBI director James Comey just called for the assassination of President Trump. DHS and Secret Service is investigating this threat and will respond appropriately. This right here, this is where James Comey goes. Sorry. This is where he goes. Oh, hold on. Wait, what? But Orange Man bad. Hold on. Hold on. Guys, can you be quiet? My phone. Orange Man bad. I don't understand. Doom. Knock on his door. Open up. That's what ends up happening to him. 100%. Could you imagine you say something and then you see the director of Homeland Security writes your name and says that they're looking into you? There's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do. Someone else jumps in. They say, this is a call from James Comey to terrorists and hostile regimes to kill the sitting president of the United States as he travels in the Middle East. Any Democrat or media outlet who fails to condemn this clear incitement of violence is complicit and must be described as such. This person's reposting what Don Jr. said. James Comey casually calling for my dad to be murdered. This is who the Dem media worships. Demented. Absolutely crazy. And then Kash Patel raises his head. Listen, we're not going to get the Epstein list, folks, but we're going to get this. We are aware of the recent social media post by the former FBI director directed at President Trump. We are in communication with Secret Service. Oh my gosh. Primary jurisdiction is with Secret Service on these matters, and we, the FBI, will provide necessary support. Wow. It's going down. It's really going down. Obviously, and then you have Congressman Burchett here, arrests Comey. I keep saying the wrong name. You've really done something bad when Sam Tripoli, head Head tinfoil conspiracy theorist Sam Tripoli is like, why did he just say this on Instagram? Like, when Sam Tripoli is concerned with your post, that means you messed up really bad. I mean, this is a guy that I could talk to. This is a guy you could walk up to and say, hey, man, I saw a lizard person. And he'd be like, oh, okay, tell me more. Not bat an eyelash. Heart rate wouldn't change at all. He would just be like, take a seat. You want to be on my podcast? That would be it. And even he is looking at this going, hold on a second. Even somebody here put down the description. According to Castle's Dictionary of Slang, to 86 also means to kill, to murder, to execute, likely referring to the size of a standard grave being 2.5 feet wide, 8 feet long, 6 feet deep. Huh. I did not realize that. Huh. Very interesting. So he knows what he's doing. But here's another little piece that a lot of people aren't going to show you. This little piece right here. This is from February 1st, where he puts out I was about to say the wrong name again, where he puts out a tweet. It says, a message for my former colleagues at the FBI, DOJ, and U.S. Attorney's Office around the country. He says, fight for the rule of law, to protect your country, and to keep your jobs. Don't let the darkness of bad people steal the joy of public service. Sleep, love, laugh, exercise, because our country needs you over the long haul. Know that these people, some evil, most just following, too weak to stand up, will fade, but the need for your work will remain. Thank you for being the light in the darkness. I just found that I found this to be like another encrypted type of message. He's saying to his former colleagues, again, like I said at the beginning of this whole thing, probably has some people who just might be loyal to him in the ranks still. So when he puts out a message like that, not like this, I mean the 8647 message, you got to take it seriously. Here's another thing that really got me. I don't know if you guys know what this is. That's Blue Sky. Let me tell you something. Anyone who's on Blue Sky needs to have their hard drives checked. Everyone knows that. I'm not being funny. This is a confirmed thing. Everybody knows this. If you're on Blue Sky, you need your hard drive checked. Okay? Everybody knows Blue Sky is where the deranged people go. That's where they go. They go to Blue Sky. That alone should get him looked into. Former FBI director goes over to Blue Sky and then posts his at Blue Sky. Doesn't even make it into a hyperlink because he doesn't know how. In 2024, way before everybody else was over there. Ugh. Early adopter of Blue Sky immediately gets looked into. That's how I go. Anyway, this is what he ended up saying. I posted earlier a picture of some shells I saw today on a beach walk, which I assumed were a political message. I didn't realize some folks associated those numbers with violence. It never occurred to me, but I oppose violence of any kind, so I took the post down. You had no idea. You, being in the FBI, former FBI director, you had no idea. You knew it was a political message, but didn't know what it meant. Hey, why would you post something of 4 numbers if you had no idea what it meant? Why would you do that? Would you at home do that? If you just saw an 8 and a 6, a 4 and a 7, you'd go, well, it has something to do with Trump. What if it meant I love Trump? Like this is why what he's saying falls apart so quickly. What if it meant I love Trump? Like, come on. This is ridiculous. But it's what he has to do. Kash Patel and Kristi Noem both alert the people that you're getting looked into. You start to backtrack as quickly as you can. It's crazy. And then on top of that, you know Trump doesn't like you at all. Cat Turd said this is 100% BS. He knew exactly what it meant. And he's pretending that he just found it on the beach. LOL. This is called panic after the backlash. Yeah, to act like you just found it on the beach is so crazy. This is just a shell formation here. What? Like, I would have, it would have been so much better, quote unquote better, if he just said, what does this mean, guys? Like, if he just tagged it as that, you saw the numbers there, you said, hey, does anyone know what this means? Even if he said, does anyone know what this means? I hope it means F Trump. I'd be like, okay, so he's just a dummy. But you know exactly what it meant. You're the one that made it, man. Come on. You're in your 50s. Stop playing these games. And now we have other people doing it. I don't know if you guys, if you don't know who this guy is, he's the worst. He's one of the worst. He's a twin. Krasserstein. I'm not going to bother pronouncing that properly. He has a brother. His brother's following me. He's a weird guy. They're both weird guys. But now they're doing it. And I only show this just to show that now it's going to be a thing of people saying that. They're going to be calling for that now. Knowing that it means to kill. Knowing that it means to execute. Knowing that it's a direct threat to the president. Now he just started this whole thing. Because, of course, you know what happens. We're on one side and we're saying, this is terrible. You have to do something about Comey. Comey again, jeez. You have to do something about Comey. The other side is going to say, well, I'm going to do it too then. I'm going to do it too. Yeah, why not? We all know that it doesn't mean to kill and execute because that's what their side's saying now. That's what the left's saying now. Oh, it just means to throw out. That's all it means. That's not what it means. That's not what it means. If you have, let's even just go back to the restaurant industry. If you have something that's on a menu, it's steak, and you ran out of steak, it means you don't have the steak anymore. Doesn't mean you're throwing out all the steak. It means you don't have it anymore. You've ran out. And somebody says, hey, do we have the steak anymore? And they go, no, we 86'd it. You know what you do on the menu when you 86 something? You cross it out. You X it out. You execute it. You get rid of it. Doesn't mean you threw it out. We're not talking about a piece of fish. We're talking about a person. So all of those, it's just nonsense. And that's what it's going to turn into now. And we've seen this time and time again, where people feel the need to attack President Trump. And of course, attack him while right now he is reshaping the world. I mean, I'm going to do a whole video breakdown of everything that went down while he was in Qatar, traveling the Middle East, getting this stunning camel-filled introductions and greetings and jets and swords, and it was a prince coming directly to him as he's on the tarmac. It's crazy. And this is the time that they choose to do stuff like this. And hey, it kind of maps with how the left actually acts, right? It makes sense that they're doing stuff like this. Right now, Trump is doing something incredible. The whole world should be celebrating. Tensions are coming down in every conflict that you can think of, from India and Pakistan all the way to Iran and Israel. Things are calming down for the most part. I don't know about Israel, but most tensions are coming down, And of course, this is when they start to rage. When Trump starts doing good things is when they get the angriest. Kind of makes you think, right? Anyway, I'm out.